Hi everybody. So today we actually went and cleaned a strip of pathway that is along Ann Street, just behind one of the apartment buildings. We do have a lot of homeless that hang out here. It is a bit of an encampment, so I knew that some people were going to be around, and I didn't expect it to be as bad as it was, but it was very, very messy. The people that were there didn't have an issue with us being there. I brought the boys along so that they could be a part of it, and they could kind of see a little bit of the underside of life, and get some motivation to make sure they make good choices. The people that they were there were super nice. Unfortunately, though, we did find some safe use kits and things like that. I got a little bit nervous having the boys there just with some of the things we were finding, so I made sure that they just stayed to the path. I told them to be very careful. They always know never to ever touch anything with their hands. And, we specifically tell them to only hold one spot on the garbage bag. And I just told them to stay to the dirt path, and that I would get anything that was off a little bit. Unfortunately, Barrie's homeless population does have some substance abuse issues. And, I really wish that and hope that they can get some help and get better. But the people that were there were super friendly and very appreciative to both me and the boys for what we were doing. And they kept talking about us. And, the boys, they were super happy to do it at first, but unfortunately they got a little bit tired halfway through, so I gave them a little bit of a pep talk to get them spunked back up and, encourage them to keep with it. They did a great job. There was a lot of garbage to clean up, and near the end I just kind of had them hanging out within eyesight of me while I kind of climbed around and got all the garbage. It was really great to see, though, when we cleaned up the first section, I actually left a bag with some of the people that were there and let them know that if they had anything in their packs or anything that they needed to get rid of, that to feel free to put it in the bag. And the garbage bin that the city has there was overflowing at the point, so there was trash just absolutely everywhere. And when we made our way down the path to clean the other section where their little fireplace is, when we had returned, they had actually cleaned up their entire section. All of the garbage that was overflowing from the trash bin, all of the refuse and stuff that was kind of in their little personal area that we didn't want to encroach on, so that, first off, we weren't, sticking the camera in their face, but also we were just giving them their personal space. They had actually cleaned that all up and put it in the bags and left it there for me to pick up on the way by. So it was really great to see. I say, lead by example. And it was excellent to see that, they had been motivated to tidy that area up by simply us, coming in there and doing our thing. As you can see here, this is one of the safe use kits. There were a couple needles that I found, so that was really why I was kind of a little on edge, and I had the boys, very strictly gonna stay off of the debris and only walk on the sand and the dirt. But this is something I did want them to see and understand. We are very open with the young ones in our family and discuss, the things that can happen in life and try to make them aware of these things so that they're well prepared and they don't, make the same mistakes that other people make. This area had really needed to clean up. You could tell some of the stuff was buried under a little bit of dirt and stuff. So this trash had been here for a very long time. So I was really happy to get it out of there. And quite frankly, with the way that a lot of the people there were acting and how grateful they were being towards us for coming in and not passing any judgment on them, and just coming to help out. I think it will actually stay much cleaner. I think it really positively affected them. I know a few of them were talking about how, a lot of people don't care, and how they were grateful that, we were just there to help. Immediately, one of them apologized and said, hey, I try to clean up, but it's a lot. Right away I told him it's not a big deal, man. That we were just simply there to help out. Look how much garbage we've removed. See what this is, boys? What is that right there? No, leave that. I'll get that. What is that running down the way there? What? Garbage. Water. Okay. Right, it's a river, it's a ravine, right? All this garbage during heavy rainfalls, where do you think it ends up? In there. Where do you think that leads to?
City, our water.
Eventually, where do you think this ends up?
In their backwater.
In the what?
Lake.
That's right. What do we enjoy? Exactly. Do you want all this stuff in the lake? No. All right. So if nobody else is going to do it, what is our responsibility to do? That's right. All right. So that's what we're here doing. A little bit. The one in the black is my son. As you can see, he was not too impressed, but they were working hard. It was pretty warm out, and there was definitely a lot more than we were expecting to find. We ended up taking 4 garbage bags, as well as a mattress out of here. As you can see, this is another one of the safe use kits, and the boys were eager to get after it, but I told them, you got to stay on the path. A lot of these riverways end up making it to our lake. They have certain checks and balances as it goes through, but once those plastics break down, it definitely can make it into our water system and into our fish, and it's much harder to clean it up at that point. So these areas that are near the creeks and near the spillways and stuff like that, I like to get in there and clean them up, and make sure that this stuff doesn't eventually find its way into our lake. If you have a story or an area that you've gone in and cleaned up, feel free to share them in the comments. I'd love to hear them and hear about them. I've been thinking about posting a map of the areas that I have done, and allowing people to send updates and let me know where they've done, and everybody can get involved, and hopefully we can get this city, and then another city and another city and another city cleaned up, and really make a difference. And stuff that's here, I decided to leave. I know that the people in these areas, they do have some things that they make use of, and some things that they do projects of, and stuff like that. So I removed any of the plastics and things that I could fit in the bag to get out of there. But I could see that they had been ripping one of the old AC units apart for scrap metal. So I didn't want to come in here and clean up the metal that could be turned in for a little bit of cash for them. I do my best to try to be aware of those things and not try to make people's lives any more difficult, but just come in and be a positive influence and have a positive effect on the area. I'm not too worried about the metal, to be honest, as well. It's not going to cause huge issues like the plastics and stuff like that will. as much as we could out of here, and the area is a million times better. It got all of the large debris and a majority of the small. Even when we went to go wash our hands at the restaurant that was just off the pathway entrance, they had even noticed what we were doing and thanked the boys, and we're very grateful. And I think it had a very positive influence on the guys. They really got to see that everybody was appreciating what they were doing, and that their actions can influence others to do good as well. But thank you very much for joining me. I really appreciate you watching. And if you made it to the end, please follow me or subscribe, depending on what platform you're on. I really would like to grow this to something where I can make a very large difference, and I would appreciate your support.